Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverages. A very standard yet very reliable cup of tea, the good old-fashioned cuppa. So welcome back to Prison Architect, where previously we were getting the facility ready for prisoners, and we did receive prisoners. However, it's sort of not ready. There's a few things that I've missed out, namely there's no showers in here, and I haven't finished all the bookshelves in each individual cell block, and this side isn't cloned, and there's no solitary, and there's loads of other rooms that we've missed out. But the focus was to get it sort of working, and I think it is in that category of sort of working. We also looked at the regime, which you can see is split into minimum, medium, and maximum security. And again, I will reiterate, this is definitely a version 1. It will be changing. However, we won't really see any major gaps until later on, where we get the different categories of inmate, but that's a future us problem. Current us is just focusing on any major problems with the minimum security and also their needs, and that's what we're going to focus on now, because I do need to to place things in here. So normally I just clone stuff over, which is why we've normally if I do have the cells with showers and such, it's built and then cloned, and it's just sort of done. So this is just, as I said, a complete oversight on my part, and that is because of the whole running out of money thing. So let's just sort this out, and then we're going to go through and put in anything else that we may need. Things like, I don't have a storage room. Originally it was here, and then it moved over, and then it was changed again and again and again and again and again. And yeah, I don't know if this is going to be a temporary or temporary permanent storage. There's also there needs to be a place for kennels, because we do definitely need one. And I think the top and bottom are going to be kennels. Let's just go one there and one. No, I'm not going to build that one just yet. We'll just do this bit here first, and over to kennels. And we'll zoom in, and then the dog crates. So the dog crates will go 1, 2, 3, and then rotate like that. 1, 2, 3, and then you can have the dog balls. Oh, you can't actually. You might be able to have the dog balls like that. Although, does that work? Just because of all of these gaps and such, I don't know if it actually works. But it'll have to do, I guess. There, that'll be fine, I think. Or would it be better if I put them... I think it will actually be better if I put them straight across. Let me redo that. Let me just go on, type in kennel, and then there's your dog crates. So dog crates along there, and then we can put dog crates along there, and then, yeah, I'm happy with the balls there. And, oh, we have a couple of overdoses, which is another problem, because I only have one doctor, which means if they're not on site, then they're not going to be able to heal these guys up. But the problem is, where did they get that? Deployment-wise, everything is sort of set, and there is enough sort of gap around for stuff not to be thrown in, so they might have just brought that in. Let me just double check our last 7 days. Drugs were brought in. The problem is I can't detect them because I've got no dog handlers, so let me fix that by buying in some dog handlers. I do need a lot more dog handlers, but again, money is the problem. So keep an eye on the regime, as I said. We also have staff needs as well, so I'm gonna have to sort that out too. Right, so bladder and bowels, food. Basically, it's the first 2 I need to fix. So I'm gonna put in a toilet for the staff. It's gonna be as basic as you like. 1, 2, 3, and that should be fine. And then, believe it or not, 4 there. Why like that? Because that makes it very easy for me to just place a wall across there and put a wall in there, and I can put a staff door in there if I need to, but that should be fine. Water is not going to be connected. Let me just run this down. Why does it go all the way to there? Oh, that's because it's mirrored over from that side. I probably can get a small pipe running along to there. Let's just try that. Yeah, let's just try that and see how we get on. So, danger level is low, which is good. Prisoner being unnecessarily searched recently. Wardens have a calming effect on the inmate. That's because we've got the pacifier. There they are there, the warden and the pacifier. Which looks like Warden... Reminds me of Warden Norton from the Shawshank Redemption film, which I guess is probably what they're based on. So we don't have that hygiene need that we have to look after, but obviously the guys are sorting that out, so that's good. In terms of grants, I am not going to pick up another one because I want to get more inmates in order to pick up things like crackdown on drugs and tool cleanup. And the loan I will probably decrease. There you go. So the credit rating is still 8.3, so it's fine. So we'll see how we get on. CEO, however, is calling. Reform programs are key to success. Yes, we'll close that off. Sorry, I'm not chuckling at that. I'm chuckling at the the alert that we had, which was we could make loads of money if we had death row in the facility, and the amount of comments that I've had over a couple of episodes, especially on the one where I was basically going bankrupt, is, well, quite telling. Anyway, so I can see that a couple of inmates here are getting punished with some lockdown, found drugs and all that. And a lot of them will just be in lockdown anyway, because we do have that in the regime. You can see we've got work free time, and then it's work lockup, and then shower lockup. So we have, the majority of the time, the inmates are locked up, I think, or asleep. They're basically in their cells, which is why, in hindsight, I should have probably made the cells bigger. But again, right, so while the guys are building, let's just see, are these going to be placed in? Yes. Are the piping is getting placed? Yes. So I just want to make sure that the needs for the staff are being met, which means probably some more stuff in here. So we'll put maybe a couple of wide sofas in, and a coffee machine. There we go. And then that should be hopefully the needs for the staff. Yeah, that's being met, which is great. Good, okay. And then another overdose. I don't know where they're getting that from. Let me just double check dangers. Could be getting it from here. It is possible. So, ideally then, we want a dog patrol sniffing around in there. You know what would be better than the dog patrol in here? And it did occur to me last episode, but I was, too busy on firefighting again. Putting the dog patrol around here. And it means that, most likely the prisoner's going to get sniffed as they go past. Okay, good. 21 grand. What am I going to do 21 grand? I'm going to get cloning. Quick build, custom, cloning. All of this. Flip. And that should be it. Yes, that would be it. Right. I'll do that, though. After I put in... Oh, no. The bookshelf. And you notice I haven't put the flooring in. Do I put the flooring in first? And I also haven't put the... I've just missed out so much of this. Come on. There we go. Right, do I put the flooring in first is the question. It would be best for cloning, wouldn't it be easier? But I'm not too sure I'm going to go with, and it's going to cost more money, so I'm just going to... I'm going to try... I'm not going to put it in. No, I'm decided I'm not going to put it in for now, because I need to make sure I get the inmates. I need to make sure I've got enough money, although I can pick up a massive loan. We'll see. Let me just get this built first, and then we'll go from there. In terms of needs, there is a recreation need in there, because they do spend a lot of time in their own cells. Like I say, if the cells were one bigger, or if I didn't put the bird cage in, would probably help. Because like I say, I could have a TV in their room. But then there's common rooms here, and there's common rooms here, and whatnot, so I'm hoping that we can sort that out. But the rest of it seems to be fine with bookshelves and such. Just waiting for the other stuff to come in. It's taken a while now for the guys to build, and I don't know why that is. Oh look, we could make lots of money quickly if we added a death row to the facility. Yes, we could. And oh, so a couple of inmates are getting searched as they go through there. See if they've got anything on them. Obviously, I haven't altered the policy for our food. It's all just various, but we're going to probably go with the inmate nutritional research at some point. That person is well fed, actually, as well. Staff morale is high. Wardens have a calming effect. Prisoners are well fed. Say they're well treated. That's actually okay then. I'm guessing the well fed is because if we check out our policy and if we check out minimum, it's high quantity and high variety. Yeah, that's why. Fair enough. Okay. Right. There's another overdose. They must be getting their drugs from here. Okay. Patrols. Blue patrol. Assign a dog handler. I've assigned about 27 dog handlers in the facility, so I don't have nowhere near the amount of dog handlers required. But again, I'm just really concerned on getting this done. So, get that done. Get that built and then get this built. I'll put in the... Do I put like the rest of it in? No, I can just clone the rest of that. That's fine. I don't need to worry about it. But what I'll do while I'm building that is I'll focus on what could be here. Which I said, like, why don't we put solitary in? Like, we could easily put in some solitary if we wanted to. Would it be better doing it this way? Probably. And then you've got this weird solitary room here. That would suffice. And that would increase the punishment grade by a fairly big amount, actually. But why is that not being ran? Hang on, let me run that. Oh, I ran it and then I cancelled it, didn't I? Ran to there. Okay. Yeah, we could do that, but what else could I fit in there? Does that afford us anything if I build it like that? I can't put, like... I was thinking maybe I can put some extra rooms in. And I probably... There's another overdose. Well, the guards need to go and sort that out. Guard response. I've initiated guard response. They're being taken. But it wasn't quick enough. It wasn't quick enough. Mark Jerem. Last 7 days. Drugs. Just taken from the infirmary, I think. Poison, stolen. Cigs was smuggled in. And there again. So it could be from the infirmary. Medicine, narcotics, and smelly. Could be. But it's not metal, so that wouldn't help either. You know what? I think this patrol around here, I'm just going to get rid of. Dogs around here is fine. Here's the best one, though. I'll assign a dog handler to there and there. Actually, for now, there and there. And there. That'll go around all of this. But obviously, I need more dog handlers. But I need the guys to build more cells first. I can take a massive loan out, as I said, so I'm not too concerned on that one. We are going to set up a patrol, which goes into the centre like so. And assign guards to it. It's heavily patrolled, actually, this facility. Probably overly so. Let's get a couple more dog handlers. That should hopefully help out. And, well... yeah. So this person here, Mark Levers, I'm going to search prisoner. They've not got anything on them, but there again is another overdose. And another one. And then a tunnel in the middle, which I don't believe. I'm going to do a narcotics search. So that is where we get the doggos to have a sniff around. Which is why it's going to take forever. I'll let it run. I'll let it run. Obviously, we've got this to build as well. You're running low on cash. Yeah, we are. It's gonna have to be a loan. have to be a bank loan. But once we get more inmates, if we get to crackdown on drugs, which is 30 inmates and then 40 inmates, what will I actually get to? Well, at least I get to the 30 inmates once I finish the rest of it, which is fine. I'm going to stop that search, by the way, because it's just going to take far too long. But wow. We need to run pharmacological treatment to drug addiction, do we not? Yes, we do. Which means more infirmary beds, which I will prioritise and get that running. So I'm going to run alcoholics group therapy. Oh, this is one of the problems when you do a split. When you have, like, say, common rooms in the individual cell blocks, it means that basically the regime, even though you've got it split and you've got different categories of inmate, the game might just assign, oh yeah, they're high risk and now go in low risk, and this is where the program's going to be run. It doesn't matter for now. It really doesn't matter for now, but it does matter later on. So I've got pharmacological treatment to drug addiction, which I am going to stop because I need them to build these. I need to install them first. What else have we got? Let's go have a quick through here. Pharmacological treatment drug addiction, now 7 in the queue. Wow, I might have to have another infirmary just for drugs. Foundation education program. People are wanting to do that. That's good. I can probably maybe assign that. And kitchen safety and hygiene, we'll run that. That's fine. There's some prisoner intake as well. Consider equipping some of your more mischievous prisoners with tracking belts. We've already done that. Well, we've equipped them with tracking belts. I just haven't, assigned mischievous prisoners with them. Just prisoners. And there's your traits there. Dealer, foodie, and unknown. So, dealers, that's the problem. Dealer. Dragon Slayer. Right, Dragon Slayer. Prisoners with a history of narcotics, they are always able to get the best deal from any contraband trading. Doesn't mean they can make it, though. Right, okay. So, we want to go for pharmacological treatment to drug addiction, which went a lot higher. It was higher than that in the queue, but I've done it now, set it going. And you need a classroom for that one. You need a meeting room for that one. Spiritual guidance. You need a chapel. Foundation education program would be the obvious one, really. Okay. And there we go. Once again, people being taken. You can see there's Will Sheridan. Look, the amount of overdoses here. Where is all this coming from? So, it can come from the... It can come from here, from visitation. It can also come from the infirmary. I'm changing it to access only, but I don't think that's going to matter anyway. I can't be brought in here, so I don't know why. I'm going to do a full shakedown, by the way. All sectors. And let's think about classroom. Minimum size of 5 by 5. So again, this can't be placed, which is a bit annoying. So common room there. I think a classroom in here. Or do I maybe put another visitation in? Don't know if we need another visitation because we've got phone booths in here. We've got in the bird cage, which a bird page is family and luxuries. So if I look at that, needs-wise, there's only a bit of recreation and sleep. Basically, anything they can't do in their cell, yeah, they want to come here to do it. I bet if I was to replan it, I could replan it with the 3 by 3 cells and just fit them in. I'm not gonna. But we could have done that. And danger level is still low, and the people are compliant, and there is access to stuff, so I'm not too concerned. Right, quick build, custom, cloning, and once again, it's this. Build it to the wall. which is there. And then it's that section, which is like that. Okay, good. There's still an area around here that we don't really have any... We don't have anything over there. I could put extras in there, like little TV or something like that. Or weights benches. Again, it'll depend on... It will depend on the needs. Staff needs are alright. Some hygiene need. 2 prisoners are furious they can't meet that need. There are showers in all of the cell blocks, I believe. Okay. Oh, look at that. Being built straight away. Perfect. Okay, good. I'm now on to... What's a curious one? Minus 5 grand. Which I'm not a fan of. Inmate nutritional research, I will now run. Serve a single, low quantity, low variety meal for 2 days. So it's already on high variety, high quantity. Let's go with eat and eat. 3 high variety, high quantity meals. Let's see if that's the case. High and high. Let's see if that's going to start working. Is it going to start working? Serve 3 high variety, high quantity meals. High and high. And... you know what? Is it because of this split regime? 1, 2, 3? It could be. It could be that. And if so, that is an absolute nightmare to deal with. In fact, we were already serving 3. 1, 2, 3. We're actually serving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now. So, I mean, if I get rid of that. I bet if I change that, it's going to work. Because that's now 3. Even though the regime is completely wrong and it's got rid of the maximum. But the grant will probably start to tick over now. Ah yes, I've been reminded why we don't often do split regimes. They're interesting to see working, but getting them to that stage is the sticking point. Okay. It's not doing anything, is it? It is not. Because is the grant based on what it shows in the middle here? Probably. Let me just see what happens when it goes to this eat time here. It would have done it by now. It should have done it by now. But I think that's what it's going to be. Here's the serving coming up at 8 AM for minimum. It's not doing it. Great. Right. So let me just redo everything again. That's fun. So we've got sleep time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hang on. I need to serve 3. So finish sleep and then that. And then that. You know what? I've given up caring. Sometimes you just have to throw the towel in. I'll have to redo it. There you go, the grant's going up. So I think it was because it would need to be medium because it doesn't recognise the split regimes for the grant purposes. Right, I'll have to redo it anyway. So, I'm glad I didn't spend 40 minutes doing it in the first instance. Oh wait, I sort of did. This isn't behind doors, by the way, as well. And, yeah, it's not a huge issue. Because it's just shouting that it needs to be. But, well, that'll... You know what? It works. Doesn't matter. I'll fix it later. I'll fix it later. How we're doing over here, this is the main thing. Getting more inmates. Getting more inmates. We're up to 35 inmates that we can get now. So that's fine. Let's get the classroom running. Because that'll help out with reform and things like that. And what do we need? We need school desks, we need office desks, things like that. So some of these are obvious. That goes in there for the extras as well for blackboards. So school desks. And the office desks. And do you need a blackboard? Improves a classroom's grade, but grades don't really... Well, grading in schools do matter. Grading in this doesn't matter at all. So I can just do that. So that's fine. Oh, we need a few more school desks, actually. School desks. That should be that done. Build 20 school desks. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Okay. School desks. There you go. That'll do the job. And then we need foundation education course and all that sort of stuff to be ran, which we will do. We are, according to this, on a positive daily cash flow. I don't believe it in the slightest. However, the needs are good for both staff and prisoners. The overdoses ain't. And I don't know what I can do about it. Right, look at all that stuff that's been brought in. Wow. Smuggled in. Smuggled in. Smuggled. Stolen. Smuggled. It's all coming from here. It's all coming from visitation. I think. Smuggled in. Smuggled in the middle somehow. A lot of this being detected in the middle. There's a rope that's been stolen from laundry. That's understandable. Again, smuggled in visitation. Yeah. It's mainly visitation, isn't it? Okay. Here's the quick fix. Completely remove it. The inmates can meet their family need via the pet bird, that's company, and phone booths. And if this is the fix, then I'll happily make it permanent. The only other solution is to break this down. What distance is it? Distance of 8. I can have 4. I could have 4 prisoner booths. So I could have prisoner booths along there, the visitation booths, and have a door there. So the visitors come in here, go down, up here, and then they never interact with the inmates. It is a solution. This is a temporary permanent solution, doing it like this. You can see prisoners are meeting their need for spirituality, which is okay. Prayer mat. I'm going to put some more in because that seems to be working out well. Although I can I put more in their cells? I can. Can I put it on the loo? No. No, I can't place it there. I was going to say I can't. Right, okay. So we're almost done the inmate nutritional. Let me go with programs. If I run another program, though, it's going to cost more money, which we don't have, as you can see there. Bank balance, I will have to take another one. But then we're going to finish the inmate nutritional research. I'm going to pick up another loan. And I'm going to stop. Kitchen safety and hygiene. I'm still going to run the pharmacological treatment to drug addiction and foundation education program because that's working towards the grants. Again, it's a money problem that we have. Yeah. So there is a solution in terms of the cells. I could get another cell block up here. I could even make it slightly larger and have a higher graded cell. I don't like the idea. I like the idea of them having the same grade of cell. I don't know if it's worthy building something like this, but we'll see. Serve a single quantity, a single low variety, low quantity meal. We've done the other one. So it's going to be low and low. And then, yeah, sadly, work free time. Work free time. It's completely messed up the regime, so I don't care. As long as it's going for this and the needs are done, then that's the main thing, and I can come back and look at it once we get some other inmates, which is, yeah, definitely a future me problem. There's a massive sleep there. How the furious that they can't meet that need? Is it because they're just locked in the cells? Regime. See, it's currently sleep time. And they're not sleeping. Sleep time in the day. Is it because it's sleep time in the day? I don't know. I'm not sure. But I'm going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. I'm going to have a reload because... Oh, no, I'm not. I'm not too sure what's going to happen if I do that. Because if I do that, it might get rid of the nutritional research, which is the last grant we picked up, because it only saves the 2. Ugh. Okay, we're fighting the game now. I'm fighting the game and my own frustration. So, let's have a nice chamomile beverage. Have a think about this. And see how we get on. I do have enough money to continue on and get this cell block completed. Once we've done the nutritional research, we will then be able to get the crackdown on drugs, is it? There is another grant. Yeah, it's one of them. Can't remember which one. Till cleanup. No. Crackdown on drugs, yes. Till cleanup is you need 40 inmates. Crackdown on drugs, we'll easily get that. That's literally click it and you get 15 grand. So that's fine. However, we are still in negative balance. I'll have a think about that one. More inmates might help. But it means having these cells a different grade. But it does mean using the space a bit better. Let me have a think about that one. Let me know what you think in the comments, and as always, we'll go from there. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. And generic partings. This is more stressful than it needs to be.